State your full name, date of birth for me, please.
Lamorion Luster,
Okay, Mr. Luster, you're here on a new Superior Court case where they are alleging 1 count of resisting arrest, that's a Class 6 felony, 3 counts of aggravated assault of an officer, that's a Class 5 felony, 1 count of criminal damage, that's a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. You are going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. You'll have a status conference on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. You'll have a preliminary hearing on September 23rd at 8:30 a.m. Sir, did you live at this address where this occurred?
Yeah.
You can't live there for right now, okay? You are not allowed to return to that scene. Let me finish.
I'm sorry.
You're not allowed to return to that scene. And the alleged victim in that case would be both the girlfriend and the police officer. So no contact with either one of those, at least until another judge tells you it's okay, all right? Now, you are going to be released on your own recognizance. Since you live there, you can call the police to ask for a civil standby where they will go, stay there while you go and get some of your stuff as quickly as you can and get out. That's the only time you can go there. You need to provide the court with your alternate address that you're going to be staying instead, okay?
Okay.
All right. Any questions, sir?
Yeah, about getting the rest of my stuff, will I be able to get all of my stuff out of there, or how does that work?
For right now, when you do the civil standby, the police really aren't going to give you a lot of time.
Right.
So, it's not like you have hours to pack up.
Right.
You may want to have some family members or somebody else go and do it after the fact. The things that you need right away, you can get that during the civil standby.
Okay.
All right?
Also, on my paperwork, is it going to have the arresting officer's information? Because I was punched, I was slammed, and I had his knee pushed into my head as hard as he could. And I never had my Miranda read to me either.
Okay. That's something to talk about with your attorney, which I have appointed one for you.
Okay.
They'll get all the information in their DRs, okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Mr. Garten, Rochade Williams. State your full name, date of birth for me, please, sir.
David Garten.
Okay, Mr. Garten, you're here on a Superior Court probation violation warrant. They are alleging that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. You're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. You're going to have a probation revocation arraignment hearing on September 12th at 8:30 a.m. And they set your bond in the amount of $500. If you're able to post that, make sure you make your court date and make sure you contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Any questions, sir?
Yeah, I did everything I was supposed to do. I kept calling the probation officer for 2 weeks, from 8 in the morning till 5 in the evening, every 3 hours, Monday through Wednesday, at these people I used to stay at's house. I did that for 2 weeks, and I couldn't get a hold of the lady.
That's kind of interesting, because this warrant issued all the way back in April of 2024, and they claim the violations occurred in February of 2024. So if you were doing what you were supposed to, you would have resolved that by now.
In February, I was in jail for 10 days, and then they got out, and then they gave me the probation after the 10 days.
Understood. But if you had been doing what you were supposed to, this would have been resolved. Because
I tried
this
to.
has been 5 months.
Yeah, I know it's been 5 months. I stopped calling after 2 weeks.
Okay. That wasn't their job. That was your job.
And it said only to call. It didn't say to go into an address or anything.
Okay.
I did what I was supposed to be doing.
Okay. So,
I tried to get a hold of the lady.
okay. So if you knew
And if I'm not supposed to get a hold,
if you knew you were on probation, it's your job to contact your probation officer.
I
It's not their
tried to.
job.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, you need to talk to your probation officer and to your attorney about that, okay?
I tried to talk to the probation lady.
Okay. Have a good day, sir.
I mean, I did what I was supposed to do.
Mr. Williams. And then Juan Longoria. State your full name, date of birth for me, please, sir.
Rashad Antonio Williams, March.
Okay, Mr. Williams, you are here on a probation violation warrant. They are alleging that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. You're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Your next court date is going to be on September 12th at 8:30 a.m. They set your bond in the amount of $500. If you're able to post that bond, make sure you contact your probation officer within 72 hours, and make sure you make your court date. Any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir. Mr. Longoria?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. State your full name, date of birth for me, please.
It's Juan Longoria. And I just want to apologize for being here today, Your Honor. I really do hope that you give me an opportunity to take this matter outside of it. I'm not a bad person.
You might want to be quiet right now.
Okay.
You're here on a new justice court case. It's out of the Arrowhead Justice Court. They are alleging 1 count of disorderly conduct fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. You are going to have an attorney appointed to represent you at your next court date, which will be at the Arrowhead Justice Court on September 24th at 2:00 p.m.
Okay.
You're being released on your own recognizance.
Thank you,
Sir,
Your Honor.
where this occurred and the victim that this occurred with, do you guys live together at that time?
I had just barely moved in. We had just...
Well, you need to barely move out because you can't go back there.
Yeah, I'm going to, yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
No contact whatsoever with this victim, at least until another judge gives you an okay, and you are not allowed to return to the scene of the alleged crime. As you may have, let me finish, please. It's really irritating.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
As you may have heard me state to the other person, you are allowed 1 civil standby where you can call the police in this area and ask them to do a civil standby with you while you pick up your property. That's the only time you can go back there, okay?
Okay.
If there is an order of protection or an order against harassment, you need to comply with it.
Okay.
Any questions, sir?
No.
All right. Good
Thank
luck.
you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right. Why is Mr. Sanchez unable to appear in court? Take your hat off, please. State your full name, date of birth for me.
Kevin Patrick DeVere, 11/19/1971.
Okay, Mr. DeVere, you're here on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. They are alleging 1 count of failure to register as a sex offender. That's a Class 4 felony. You're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Your not guilty arraignment will be on September 11th at 8:30 a.m. The grand jury set your bond in the amount of $2,000, which I am affirming. If you're able to post that bond, you need to make sure that you make your court date, and you are not allowed to possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription, and you are not allowed to possess a weapon. Any questions, sir?
I would like to ask the court for some leniency on the bond release, because I've been out of prison for 4 years. I have not been able to find any gainful employment. Every time I think I have a job, they do background checks and they turn me down. So I don't have the means to come up with that type of money. I also was, in 2001, when I went to register, the county sheriff's office told me I did not need to come in to register anymore. All I had to do is call them if I had any substantial improvement or change in my life situation. I'm still living at the same address I was from my first release. I don't have a driver's license, so I have not bought a car. I haven't had a job for anything. I'm really only making money because I'm picking up little odds and ends jobs for friends and family and stuff like that. But if there's any way that I could get an OR release, I would be at the registration office first thing.
I appreciate all that you're saying. Here's a couple of my problems. One, it's a grand jury warrant, so I don't know any of the underlying facts with it. Second, it dates all the way back to 2023, which means that we really haven't had any contact with you where you should have been routinely, because I believe that with the registration, you're required to update your registration every month, or at least once a year. So you should have been.
That's the.
Based on those reasons, I'm going to leave it as it is, okay? But you have an attorney appointed to represent you. Make sure you let them know all of that so that they can argue it for you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck, sir.